This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol live. It's a freaking Monday. I knew that. I was aware of it. I didn't have to think about it for a second. I swear. I'm going to show you where I emailed a senator today. Maybe not my senator, but you should email your senator, your congressperson. Tell them how you pissed off you are about the government. You should just email them regularly anyway, you know. Just have them on your email where it auto pops up. You just auto complete it. Tell them your thoughts for the day. Just email them every day. Tell them what you're pissed off about, what you think is good, bad about the government. You should totally do that. Every day, email your congressperson and your two senators and your state congressperson, your state representative, and your two state senators. I'm not high enough for this shit. Now, I emailed the senator about how I want to ask her out on a date, but that's something we'll get to here in a second. Welcome. Good evening. The news be doing stupid shit. Good evening. Savvy, DJ Dub, Mr. Elwood. Good evening. Welcome in. Bagheera, Byrotic. I said hey to everybody in the pregame show. Galaxy, I don't know if I gave you a formal good evening. Welcome in, my friend. Glad to have you here. Well, Bagheera, even though I don't agree with your stance, I encourage you to message, call your senator, let them know that you aren't happy that they aren't complying with ICE. Because that's the Democratic thing to do, even though you're helping fucking fascists and a rogue agency, and I completely disagree with it. Fragwitz, good evening. Timothy Waterman, welcome in. First time in chat. Welcome, my friend. Come on in, knock your boots off, make yourself at home. Light one up, tip one back. That's what I always like to say. I mean, I try to be consistent in my beliefs, but I'm going to tell all you crazy fucking liberals, anarchists, leftists, assorted leftists, socialists, sock dims, whatever the fuck my chat actually identifies, anarchists. Whatever you identify to call their senators, I'll tell the conservative to call his senator too. Everybody deserves to be heard. Every time you get banned, what? Are you trying to get banned, my friend? Bagheera was just talking about how this is the channel where free speech still reigns supreme. So, as long as you're not going to do anything to violate TOS, you're not being abusive towards anybody in chat, you're not going to get banned. This is a political show. Why would we ban you for being political? Here's your meme of the day. Me leaving Applebee's the way God intended. Now, there is a good possibility that I will say something in the chat will be like, cancel Justin. War Machine, good evening. Mr. Elwood, Warlord, they're always abusive towards Justin. That's a whole thing that happened in the Discord earlier. I'm being gaslighted by my main mod. Curiouser thinks that he's eventually going to try to take over the channel. But you guys don't realize it. Like, Warlord's a ride or die. Like, Warlord has been here like before, like most of you people. That's why Warlord is the main mod. Warlord helped me out tremendously, so. All right, Timothy, my friend, like, you're going to get annoying if you just keep talking about how, like, people are banning you because they don't agree with you. Like, okay, nobody cares. Like, let's hear some of these spicy hot takes that got you banned. How about that? Do you want to argue? You can hop in the Discord with me. Do you even know what side of the political spectrum I'm on? What side of the political spectrum are you on? We might be friend or foe. Who fucking knows? I am debate. Ducky, good evening. I did turn on YouTube. Hey, YouTube peeps. You're a conservative. I have a phone, my friend. Conservatives know how to use phones, don't they? My tags say leftist? Okay. Fair enough. But who knows if he even looked at the, like, I don't look at people's tags when I hop into channels. So it's not necessarily a given that they're going to look at the tag on the bottom. Do you think that's helpful or hurtful that I have leftist on the channel? Should I remove that so people don't know? An old woman in the haunted woods. Yes, make them guess. But then again, I've also got like the LGBTQ plus friendly tag as well. That kind of gives it away on the leftist. Yeah, I'll go change the tags. Watch a cop video. We just watched a police pursuit. Do I have a cop video in the stories? I don't think I do. No, you know what tonight is? Tonight is the night of fucking we do have some cop abuse here. A New York inmate warned officials before a death that occurred. So we've got some jail malfeasance going on. But tonight's the night of like flashback. We're doing flashback stories. We're talking about the Menendez brothers. We've got movement on the John Benet Ramsey case. We've got a car that was pulled out of a lake that may solve like a 40-year-old mystery. It's flashback tonight. Flashback. A car cold case. 80s rape suspect is being held without bail in Boston after extradition. We've got a man who Googled if he could kill illegals. Speaking of Nazis, Stephen Miller is mad at Saturday Night Live. The Daily Wire is apparently mad that Bernie had a trans singer at one of his rallies. Fox is mocking liberals for mocking Elon. It's a very weird thing. That's what Fox News does now, is like they feign outrage at the outrage that the left is. It's a weird. Not even the left. It's the liberals. It's the MS. They're responding to MSNBC or some shit. Musk is blaming Ukraine for Twitter being down earlier today. We're going to hear from Democratic leadership on the continuing resolution that Republicans have. We're going to hear the Democratic response to the Republican continuing resolution put forward by Mike Johnson and his colleagues. A fuel tanker collided with a cargo ship. We've got wild video of the tanker going up in flames. A German airport came to a screeching halt today as workers went on a surprise strike. Fox apparently turning on Donald Trump because of the stock market. All that and a lot freaking more tonight on the Troll Patrol live. Good evening. We find out what that news be doing every night, Galaxy. And I try to limit myself to 10 minutes of talking shit at the start of the show, and then we find out what that news be doing. We start off with the top story tonight. Protests in New York City over Mahmoud Khalil, the student that was abducted extrajudiciously by the Trump administration and the Department of Homeland Security.
Release Mahmoud Khalil now! Release Mahmoud Khalil now! Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
This is the scene about 2 hours ago.
Mahmoud Khalil must be released right now! He must be released right now because he is on the side of justice, he is on the side of truth.
Minty.
He represents the majority of the people in this country. Release Mahmoud Khalil now!
Yes, this is the topic you should be writing your representative, your senators about right now. I am at least glad that it is getting traction in mainstream media. It seems like all the outlets, NBC, CBS, ABC, has actually covered it. I was bitching about yesterday. They did not ask Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary, about this extrajudicial kidnapping yesterday. But I gave CBS the benefit of a doubt because the news wires hadn't really picked up on it yet. I saw it on Twitter before the mainstream media picked it up. This is a reporter for Zateo talking about
one thing that's really worth underscoring
the abduction.
Is how clumsy and haphazard this attempt by the administration has been to detain Mahmoud and to subsequently revoke his green card. First of all, as the professor said, these agents forced themselves into this apartment building, did not necessarily apparently introduce themselves, demanded to see their identification, Mahmoud and his wife, and they first chose to tell him that they were revoking his visa, that the State Department was revoking his visa. Upon them being told that, in fact, Mahmoud had a green card, they were on the phone. They said, oh, actually, the green card's revoked as well. And so that was the basis for the consequent or subsequent way in which this has been seen, which is that the administration has been very lackluster in their explanation for how this is justifiable at all. First, the shadowy arrest and detention at all, the fact that it's unclear where Mahmoud is right now. I can sort of break some potential possible news right now that it seems, based on internal ICE detaining tracking, that Mahmoud appears to be in Louisiana as was feared. That is not confirmed, but that is what we are seeing from the ICE detention tracker.
Louisiana?
Be delayed or lagged, but that is something to keep in mind, that Mahmoud, who was detained in New York City, is 36 hours later already possibly in Louisiana. So there's that aspect, the shadowy aspect of this. There's also the aspect that the administration doesn't seem to know exactly how to justify this very haphazard unilateral move, and is trying to appeal to simply President Trump's executive orders rather than things like the Constitution or case law or legal precedent. You have Marco Rubio, as mentioned, saying that they will be revoking
the court has already halted this,
cards, but also and/or green cards, which is very much beyond his sort of stated authority, his jurisdiction. There's one individual law that gives him wide authority to do so, but this would require Marco Rubio personally interfering on foreign policy grounds to justify such a deportation. And so I think you're going to see a lot of not just moral pushback, but legal pushback against something that is just so haphazard, so reckless, and so unjustifiable in so many different ways.
Anyone who cares about the First Amendment should be up in arms over this. Apparently, Khalil thought the DHS was going to come for him and was asking the university for help. He's reporting in Zateo. Haven't been able to sleep fearing that ICE or a dangerous individual might come to my home. I urge you to intervene and provide the necessary protections to prevent further harm. Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian who helped lead negotiations between Columbia University and student protesters, had appealed to the school for protection from harassment and possibly Immigrations and Customs Enforcement agents 1 day before the Trump administration detained him on Saturday. Emails obtained by the Zateo show. The most recent among the leaked messages was an email Khalil, a green card holder, sent to Columbia interim president Katina Katrina Armstrong on March 7th. Since yesterday, I have been subjected to a vicious, coordinated, and dehumanizing doxing campaign led by Columbia affiliates Shah Davida and David Leadery. Davida is that Israeli professor. Is cereal a soup? Outback. Good evening. Is cereal a soup? I need a precising definition of what a soup is. Hold on. Also, somebody shout out soup from a breadline. That handsome man. A liquid dish typically made by boiling meat, fish, or vegetables in stock or water. A bowl of cereal has none of those. Soups can be cold. Let's go to a second definition. A substance or mixture perceived to resemble soup in appearance or consistency. God damn it! All right, I'm clicking on Merriam-Webster. A liquid food, especially with a meat, fish, or vegetable stock as a base and often containing pieces of solid food. So we cereal fulfills part of that definition. Something such as a heavy fog or a nitroglycerin having a or suggesting the consistency or nutrient qualities of soup. Oh, so like a soupy fog. Okay, yeah. An unfortunate predicament. The stunt landed her in the soup. Huh. Only the one definition applies. A liquid food, especially with a meat, fish, or vegetable stock. So if you take out the especially with a meat, fish, or vegetable stock as a base, a liquid food often containing pieces of solid food, cereal fits that definition. A very loose definition of soup could include cereal. But generally, in normal parlance, cereal would be its own category. Did that sufficiently answer? Fuck, what is an oatmeal? Oatmeal could totally be a soup. But is it a liquid? It contains liquid, but is the final form of oatmeal not something gooey and not necessarily a liquid? So therefore it wouldn't be a soup. But I feel like an oatmeal kind of classifies as an oatmeal is a gruel. Soup is savory, salty, not okay. But there are soups that are sweeter, like a bisque. Is that why a bisque is a bisque and not a soup? Okay, Galaxy, I could possibly get down with that explanation, but I would say that Outback just saw that I said argue with me now and came in and decided to argue with me about cereal and soup, and I took the bait and believe me, I thought about it as I was doing it.
Hey, Justin, are you trolling?
Some people put savory items in their oatmeal or their porridge. Oregon Gal, good evening. Look up the definition of gruel, you get oatmeal. God damn it. A thin liquid food of oatmeal. Well, yeah, you get oatmeal, clearly. Or other meal boiled in milk or water. A thin porridge. Something that lacks substance or significance. I feel like oatmeal has substance, doesn't it? I don't like ice cold tomato. Gazpacho? T-minus, good evening. What's the, Byronic, what's the line that, what's his name did on Arrested Development? You always saved all the bones, like, and then you got yourself a stew. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Okay. Free Khalil, though. This is an important story, and I'm going to yap on it every night until he has been freed. I was pretty much at the end of what we wanted to talk about anyway. Before the distraction happened. Because I felt a little weird cutting away from such a serious story. But also I was intrigued by the question, so I couldn't help myself. Ponder Muggy, good evening. Cheddar Goblin, that's that goddamn Nicolas Cage thing, right? It sounds scary to me. The stock market plummeted yet again today.
The stock market plummeted once again.
I just said that.
Investors continue to worry about the health of the U.S. economy and the effects of President Trump's trade policies. Some cheers there, as always, but that closing bell may have been welcome relief to many today who are worried about their 401k.
Yeah, they got wild looks
IRA,
on their faces.
Other investments as well. At one point today, the Dow was down more than 1,100 points. It eventually swung upwardly a little bit. It closed down 800.
You got laid off? Oh, goddamn, I'm so sorry.
2%. The NASDAQ shaving off another 4% today in its worst day since 2022. Tesla alone dropping 15% and wiping out all of the gains that stock has made since the November election. And the S&P 500 losing another 155 points today. That's down 2.7% after it has had its worst week last week in about 6 months. The economy showing some signals of weakening now, mostly through surveys among consumers that have been showing increased pessimism. But over the weekend, President Trump was asked if he's expecting a recession this year, and he just
Why do you say it like that?
Quote, period of transition as he continues to move forward with controversial steep tariffs. We'll have more on the stock market and its impact on several major local stocks coming up in just a little while at 5 o'clock.
It's so that the uber rich can buy up everything. They're manufacturing a sell-off. I don't know what to tell people right now because we have a government hell-bent on destroying the very foundation of the economy and the government. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that the economy is pretty much like band-aided together by a shit ton of government programs. Capitalism doesn't fucking work. And in order for it to work, the government has had to step in and put up support beams all over the fucking place. And so basically what's going on right now is billionaires are coming in and whacking out all the support beams. And the entire house of cards is going to come crumbling down. And it seems like that's what the administration wants. And as I've said in the past, this is if a leftist movement can get organized, Bernie's trying his damnedest right now. And it seems like maybe there might be some sort of movement. If it can get organized and be there to pick up the pieces, this is going to be incredibly unpopular. The public could very well turn on Trump, and in record time, too. But it's gonna be a while before you get him out of office. But it's possible that in the wake of all of this cutting and burning and slashing, if they make themselves unpopular enough and the left organizes well enough to be able to step in, those are big ifs, then maybe we could build some sort of social democracy in its place. But the chances of that happening without it going violent at this point seem to be like dwindling. And I don't want it to get. I'm an institutionalist. I like what we had going on as a government. That's what I said. We should totally try to save this shit because it's a pretty good thing overall. It just needs some tweaks to get the fucking money out of it. We're in the midst of a paradigm shift. Paradigm shifts are always messy. And that's... we need to stick together. We need to be as organized as possible. If you can grow your own food, grow your own food. If you feel good owning firearms, if you have always been thinking about owning a firearm, now might be the time to arm yourself. If you don't, trust yourself with firearms. That's not a big deal. You have a place. Everybody has their place in the revolution, whether it be behind a microphone, whether it's being a medic. Perhaps you have CPR skills. Perhaps you need to start putting together a first aid kit just in case we have to. Yep, Ponder Monkey, learn first aid. Maybe your role in the revolution is a medic. Ooh, my lord, you know what? I might need to put together a reading list. And maybe even get the torrents and get the documents and shit. And just have it to where it's available for everybody. And that's a good book to have. There's a few other books. Don't ever buy into any of this fucking doomsday cult, fucking prepper bullshit, overpriced scam motherfucking shit. Always be on the lookout for grifters that are trying to take advantage of you. I'm sorry, I went off on a little rant there. My apologies. T-minus, did I tell you good evening? Welcome in, my friend. Fox News may be turning on Trump already.
And if you have different people in the administration giving different messages, I mean, the Commerce Secretary and the President are having different messages on the same day. That's not giving the market any sort of ease or certainty for investors. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have an even greater crash.
We should let Jonathan keep talking because the market's come back 50 points.
There you go. There you go.
But obviously, the Dow is 1,500 points below where it was when Donald Trump took office.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Well, and if you have...
That's not a good look. Okay, why do you want to bottle your urine? Just in case you ever get the chance to throw it on Dan Crenshaw in the hopes that some of it gets in his eye pussy. Because I can't think, is there a practical use for it? A Ponder Monkey's just like, you never know, you might need it. Some of you are kinky. General strike 2028. We're definitely going to be having our eyes on that. We're going to be preparing for that one. They're doing a surprise strike with German airports.
Well, here in Germany, thousands of flights will be halted across the country today as workers strike at 13 airports. The 24-hour strike includes major hubs, Frankfurt, Munich, and Berlin.
Did Mr. Elwood just tease on?
Flights were canceled at Hamburg Airport when ground handlers walked off the job there. The trade union Verdi has called on public service workers, ground staff, and aviation security personnel to stop working in disputes over pay. DW reporter Benish Javed is at Frankfurt Airport. Benish, the strike is expected to cause major disruption.
Well, I can't kink shame then.
At Frankfurt Airport.
Terry, as you can see, Frankfurt Airport is practically paralyzed because of the strike. And Frankfurt Airport is not only Germany's biggest airport, it is also one of the world's leading airports when it comes to hub connectivity. Nearly.
So it's probably what, top fucking 5 airports in the world? Maybe in the top 10? What? I'd say that's a very busy airport.
Airlines flying to over 300 destinations operate at this airport. Now, I have spoken
to
Frankfurt Airport
I had no idea, Ponder Monkey.
Told me that 1,000 flights from around 1,200 scheduled flights.
My Lord, welcome in.
Today, 150,000 passengers will be impacted because of the strike today. Millions of passengers, Terry, fly through Frankfurt Airport. It's a major cargo hub as well. Now, Frankfurt Airport has urged passengers to refrain from coming to the airport as all boarding and also security has been severely impacted. The strike will continue from 5 a.m. till 11 p.m. So it's a major disruption that we see at the airport.
So what are those striking hoping to
PP gun.
achieve with this action, Benish?
So where the trade union says that they are speaking up or taking action for the rights of nearly 2.5 million public employees, but also around 25,000 employees who work in the aviation security. They already had 2 rounds of talks with the local governments and with the federal governments. Those talks have failed. Basically, they are demanding an 8% increase in salary or around 350 euros increase per month. They're also asking for 3 additional vacation days, an increase in bonus, and the government says that it is not financially viable, and all of these talks so far have failed. Now there is going to be another round of talks next Friday, but Verdi says that they are doing this strike. They are striking today to give a message to the government that they are very, very serious and don't want to back down from their demands.
Now, this strike, as you
shows they're serious,
is having a huge impact on transport in the country, people getting from point A to point B. But economically, it must also be an impact on Germany as well. What sort of impact is it expected to have economically, Benish?
So Frankfurt alone is a huge contributor to German economy, and there are major airports that are striking. There is a strike in all major airports in Germany today. So it's a major message to the government, and economy is something that is sensitive for this government. It was a big issue in the last month's elections as well. And we are talking about Germany. Of course, it's a major industrial hub in Europe, but Germany has been suffering economically for over 2 years, especially after the pandemic. Unlike other Western powers, German economy has not been able to have to progress, to grow, and therefore Verdi says that they want to hit the government where it hits the most. And by striking today, they are giving this message to the government that they can cause a major economic damage to the government.
Benish, thank you very much. That was our reporter Benish Javed in Frankfurt.
Excellent. I think in total it was 13 airports. Globus, good evening. A fuel tanker and a cargo ship collided, and boy, do I have some awesome fucking footage for you. This was in the North Sea. A Portuguese-flagged cargo ship struck a U.S.-flagged fuel tanker in the North Sea. One seafarer was hospitalized. The other 36 mariners from both vessels were safe. Coast Guard officials said they're looking into reports that the cargo ship was carrying 15 containers of sodium cyanide, a highly toxic chemical. The anchored U.S. tanker was loaded with jet fuel, more than 13 million gallons of its own fuel. The probe will focus on whether the cargo ship was on autopilot and whether the bridge was manned, according to Coast Guard officials. I guess we learned that jet fuel can melt seafaring ships. Fire resist. You know it. Can't melt them steel beams. We've got Democratic reaction to the Republicans putting forward a continuing resolution to fund the government. We're coming up on, what is the deadline? The 17th. We're coming up on the deadline to fund the government. This is what Democrats had to say.
Republicans temporarily control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Instead of using their majority to make
14th. Damn.
American people, Donald Trump and House
Galaxy is somebody who does this show. I've been doing it for 5 years now, but I've been in the news business for before that 25 years. No, shit just happens all the goddamn time. There's just always shit going on. I'm always going to have a show. I can do this show in perpetuity forever and ever and ever. I'm always going to have something to talk about. Now is actually like the safest time ever to be alive. Believe it or not. We just have more access to information. And we know what's going on and shit.
Republicans are crashing the economy.
Boy, howdy.
And hurting hard-working American families. And now extreme MAGA Republicans want to shut...
No, you guys know that 10 Democrats voted to censure Al Green from the State of the Union last week, right? I wasn't on Thursday. 10 fucking Democrats voted to censure Al Green. I wouldn't doubt 10 Democrats would go vote for the Republican bill. However, they have been in lockstep in the last couple of negotiations.
Down the government. The House Republican so-called spending bill does nothing to protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
I hate this dude.
The Republican bill dramatically cuts health care, nutritional assistance for children and families, and veterans benefits. It is not something we could ever support. House Democrats will not be complicit in the Republican effort to hurt the American people. Catherine Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. We have a new bill, but it's the same betrayal of the American people. This is all part of the same scheme, the same crime spree.
You know, I think Catherine Clark would be better.
Steals deserving taxpayer dollars, and all to give a tax cut to the very wealthiest people in this country. In this bill, there are also very specific harm will be done. 32,000 families that will lose affordable housing.
Let this woman be the face of the Democrats, please.
Halted. Our veterans who rely on the PACT Act funding because they were exposed to toxins while serving our country. That is defunded in this bill. Another
Pascal.
as they're rolling back
What up, my friend? Welcome in.
the country. In this bill, Alzheimer's research is zeroed out. 7 million people in this country are diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and the impact on our economy and families like mine, I lost my mom to that disease, is devastating. So why do this? It's all part of the same plot. To give Elon and the billionaire class
That's totally true.
at the expense of what families in this country need. We are not going to let them take their health care, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, in order to betray American families at home. Pete Aguilar.
House Democrats want to support a bill that protects Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. We want to protect our communities. We want to ensure health care for veterans. This bill doesn't do that. It takes away veterans' health care. It takes away critical research funding. Those are the things that House Republicans are willing to do just to give Elon Musk and Donald Trump's friends continued tax breaks. That's unacceptable to House Democrats. We want to support a bipartisan piece of legislation. If House Republicans want to support real legislation that helps American families, and they want to do it in a bipartisan way, all they have to do is call Leader Jeffries and work with House Democrats. But they have so far been unable and unwilling to do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Leader,
Thank you.
As the Democrats' response, they brought up Elon Musk and his super efficient Doge department. Fox News was talking about Elon and liberals mocking Elon. Apparently, they're mocking liberals that are mocking Elon.
That I have, and you know, the liberal network that, look, and they were by the grace of God can go anybody, but right now they're failing miserably and firing their people. So I couldn't be all wrong on that.
All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's orgy couch time. Would you do the orgy couch? We got Harris Faulkner. Looks like Jonathan Coachman. Or is that our new FBI director? Is that Dan Bongino in the middle? I'm in. Yeah, this looks like a good orgy couch. The dude's cute. I've told you guys that Faulkner's grown on me. She's got some pretty eyes. Is this Kayleigh McEnany right here? That's kind of that's a harsh but okay. And then I'm not sure who these two ladies are.
But why would you wish for the death of the American?
You got to take them all. The orgy couch. When we play orgy couch, you have to fuck everybody. Like Ponder Monkey will just watch.
Americans. I don't think this is new. This is like when we saw the big crop up of anti-Semitism in this country last year.
It's all or nothing.
Lived right next door. So these people who hold
I am a horn dog
against America, this isn't like some rash that
You
just
live
came
in
on.
sexual
no, this is
anarchy?
an infectious thing that's been around for a long time, and this is how they really.
Okay, maybe I don't want to have the relations with Harris Faulkner now. She's got some kind of infection. Maybe we'll just stay away from that. Then again, if it's just a kind of like, a little penicillin will fix. She is cute. Look at them eyes. Then again, it's not worth the trip to the health department. What were we even watching that clip for? I don't even remember. Just take some ivermectin. Oh, shit. Earlier today, I couldn't troll. I couldn't get up and troll. Because Twitter was down. Elon blames Ukraine for it.
Position, what are you doing in the government? There was a site
Galaxy
on X today, which shut it down and may have been foreign sourced.
Yes.
It's a big story. You want to give us a moment on that?
Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
Oh, well, so that's your suspicion. Is the website, is the position, what are you doing in the government?
He probably rerouted the IPs to be in Ukraine or something. Sneaky little bastard. I don't trust him. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Apparently, Stephen Miller really upset. He watched Lady Gaga on SNL this past weekend.
The Trump administration is lashing out at Saturday Night Live.
Trump turned this week to attacking our sworn enemy, Canada.
The president and his cabinet have been the butt of relentless mockery on the show these past few weeks.
After imposing tariffs on Mexico and Canada,
I wouldn't call it relentless.
First them on Thursday. It's a cunning political tactic experts call bipolar disorder.
They also poke fun at the reported friction behind the scenes between Elon Musk and Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Look, I can't have you two at each other's throats, okay? After all, I have a perfect record. Everyone who's ever worked for me has left on good terms and then gone on to write a book called The Man Who Ruined Everything.
Mike Myers returned to play Musk, channeling his much-loved Dr. Evil character.
$100 billion.
And my personal net worth just dropped by $100 billion.
The studio
Samson, good evening.
it up, but Trump's people don't find it funny at all.
Saturday Night Live has not been culturally relevant in 20 years.
Stephen Miller, a senior advisor to the president,
Was it even relevant then?
blasted the show on Fox News.
Saturday Night Live has been a place where comedy goes to die.
No response from SNL, but we're
Because this guy knows about comedy. This guy, he's such a funny guy. What a funny guy. And I hope fucking SNL has a Stephen Miller this weekend. Oh, they might be off. I think they do like 2 on, 2 off. So they've been on the past 2 weekends. They might not be on this weekend. But when they come back, I hope they have a Stephen Miller. Mock the shit out of him.
no response from SNL, but we're pretty sure they won't be laying off the Trump jokes anytime soon.
Elon, stay in your lane. You're not the boss.
But I paid you $300 million.
And that's why you're the boss.
It do be like that. Also, I really like his Trump impression. I think he nails it. He's my favorite Trump impersonator by far. The Daily Wire is upset about Bernie's rally. Yeah, apparently had trans-identifying singer who got jeers at God. Whoa, what? Hold on. The trans-identifying singer jeers at God with obscene lyrics and brings cheers. Did not get jeered. The singer jeers at God and received cheers at the Sanders rally. So, if it makes the Daily Wire mad, it's bound to be good. I'm no political strategist, but I have questions about this as an opening act for Senator Sanders. This was in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Does God have a big fat dick because it feels like he is fucking me? Laura Jane Grace. She seems awesome. Or they seem awesome. I don't know their pronouns. The founder, lead singer, songwriter, and guitarist for the band Against Me. Do I have a longer clip of this from the Sanders rally? Going over to the... We got a minute of it here.
Does your God have a big fat? Cause it feels like he's me.
Oh no, play more song. God damn it, New York Post. Laura Jane Grace. Laura Jane Grace is the name of the singer, though. They seem amazing. Yeah, it does seem like your kind of song, doesn't it, Byronic? Oh, is this like a chud that posted it and not like her?
Dangle like heaven's keys. Does your God have a big fat dick? Cause it feels like he's fucking me. Does your God have a big fat dick? Cause it feels like he's fucking me.
Oh, is that all we get?
Kevin.
That's all we get of it. I'm sorry. Like, we got the one line. I'm sure it's an amazing song. But feel free to look them up. Laura Jane Grace. Is that the song? Oh, Against Me is their band. Laura Jane Grace is the name of the singer. Sir Warm-Ups with the resub. Welcome in, my friend. It's been a little bit. I hope you're doing well. It's one of their songs. Okay, hell yeah. So Ponder Monkey hit you with the song on YouTube. You missed the singer with the God has a big fat dick because it feels like it's fucking me. I think it sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to check the singer out. Warm-Up's totally gonna light one up, tip one back with us. We're in the crime portion of the show tonight. Wait, what? You don't smoke anymore? Jesus Christ. You wouldn't burn one with your buddy if you saw me again for old time's sake. Oh my God, you really did become a chud. No shot. Wow, man, that lets me down. I'm probably ADHD. I don't know. I don't want to self-diagnose, but I bounce off the goddamn walls, and weed allows me to be productive. So, you know, if it affected me that way, I probably wouldn't do it. So I feel you. It's not for everybody. It affects everybody differently. Everybody's got different brain chemistry and shit going on. Did I try caffeine? You mean uncaffeinated, right? Because, boy, I drink so much coffee, it's not even funny. Caffeine. No, I'm one of those people that can drink coffee and go to bed. And I drink tea all day long, too. Light one up, tip one. Oh, yeah, warm-ups is going to smoke with us. Boo. I still smoke, though. You got wife and kids, though, don't you? You're doing that normie life thing. I don't know what that shit's like. Oh, you ain't got no wife and kids? Why did I think that? Well, my Lord does. Well, I'm glad you're doing your thing. Hard out here for a pimp. Ponder Monkey asks, who has kids in the chat? Who has crotch fruit? Oh wait, I don't. Yeah, you have dragons. I have cats. I like those better than children. They're more work than children, I think. Fucking cats are needy, guys. Bimbox, good evening, my friend. So glad to see you. MILF. Ooh, there's the Your God's Dick song. And her YouTube you can subscribe to. Hell yeah. Why would we be screwed? The fucking planet is screwed. Like, goddamn. You want to bring a kid into this world the way things are? Get the fuck out of here. Bringing a kid into this world, that's child abuse. There's too many kids already. If you want to do something for kids, go adopt one. There's too many little fuckers that don't have parents. What, MILF? What did I say? I don't believe that, or I'd Roblox myself. What is that in response to? That doesn't make any sense. Because I said it's wrong to bring children into this world because I believe that the future is bleak, why would that be a reason for me to Roblox myself? Like, I think things are fine for me now. I think I'm the last generation that has, you know, a quality standard of living. Things are not looking too good going forward. I don't think if I was to have kids in 20 years, I don't think their prospects are very bright. Why would that make... I'm trying to make the world a better place for people by running my mouth and getting people to stop being so goddamn stupid. I mean, more power to you. Like, here's the thing. I have a fetish for pregnant women. Don't like kids, though. Who? Go figure that one. Don't want them to be pregnant with my kid. Oh. Oh. I'm sorry. I'll give myself a titty slap.
A titty slap! What the?
Come on now.
Sorry, you got auto-modded warm-ups. Adjacent to Cuckoldry. How is that adjacent to Cuckoldry? The fuck is that shit? Oh yeah, cream pies are also awesome. I love a lot of things that have to do with making children and none of the actual children.
Life is too short to walk this earth for a crusty asshole. Wash your
It'd be
ass.
disgusting to fuck a pregnant woman if it was my kid. It's just I don't know. That's like eating your own cum. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the news. We are in the crime section. If you don't like the more graphic stuff, I mean, it's pretty graphic for a while. You might want to give us a good 35, 40 minutes. And we're going old school if you missed the billboard at the top of the show. We've got a couple of different cold cases. We've got movement on the John Benet Ramsey case. The Menendez brothers. All that coming up, but first, a Texas murder suspect Googled, "Can I kill an illegal human?"
Baytown police have finally made an arrest in a months-long murder investigation. Tonight, our exclusive conversation with...
Oh, hold on. I got to ask a question. Derpascal. Am I a Marxist, Leninist, or a Maoist? Whichever philosophy, whichever political faction gets me closer to my goal, which is to piss in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy. If Mao came back tomorrow and told me I could piss in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy, if he said change must come through the barrel of a gun, I'm gonna point it at Dan Crenshaw's head and let you flip open that eye patch and water that sweet, sweet eye pussy, then fuck, man, I'm a Maoist for life. And our eye pussy comrade. If Stalin came back to life, marched his ass over here, his sexy fuck, is it young Stalin? Is it sexy young Stalin? Marched his ass over. Does that answer your question? Mao Zedong said, "Change must come. Change must come through the barrel of a gun." Brother, the show is called The Troll Patrol. What do you think I'm here to do? Fucking the serious fucking news?
Hey, Justin, are you trolling?
Does sexy Stalin have a sensual strut? That's a tongue twister. We've got a new tongue twister in the vernacular here. We got sexy Stalin had a sensual strut. Say that 5 times fast. Fuck Sally selling seashells by the seashore. Does Sexy Stalin have a sensual strut? Does Sexy Stalin have a sensual strut in the USSR? Does Sexy Stalin have a sensual strut in the USSR? I'm not high enough for this shit. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's alright to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN.
All we're establishing is this guy's wicked sick aesthetic.
Not high enough for this shit.
I guess I gotta thank Matt Wall for introducing me to JustinFREAKIN.
Hey there, y'all. We're about to get stupid, locked into what that news be doing. Fu Manchu and a slick bandana, colder than ice, smoother than Santana. Audio, video, chat and calls. Right-wing nut jobs haunt the halls. What you wanna watch? Hey, what you think? And there's only one choice. It's JustinFREAKIN.
The guy's, he's a formidable voice in the call.
Light one up and tip one back. It's a right to be high. Let's grab a snack. It's fucking dudes quit panic attack and play your cards right and get a titty slap. Jump in Discords, have some fun. The man will talk to everyone. Get high and try to debate. When shit pops off, chat thinks it's great. What do you think you're doing? Join the troll patrol. Wherever discourse is brewing, he gives it that southern drawl.
So let's go ahead and bring in Justin. Hey Justin, how's it going, brother?
First of all, I want to say you're poser South. I'm in Alabama. I'm the real South.
Okay, all right. So why don't you tell us what it takes to be a man?
Well, I don't know. I'm in Alabama and I'll fuck a man in a dress. Why won't you fuck a man in a dress? Are you that insecure that you won't fuck a man in a dress?
That's fantastic. So you're okay with that, right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Right-wingers are morons.
Light one hit and hit one back. One more click before we hit the set. Set an alert when that shit goes live. Social fucking support and hit subscribe. Light one up and take a hit. He does no harm, but he takes no shit. He's the last one standing when the ship is sinking. Let's take another rip for JustinFREAKIN.
Light one up, tip one back. I'm JustinFREAKIN.
Not high enough for this shit.
I need to pee, need to refill my drink. Figure that was a good time. Light one up, tip one back.